Guys, check out this sunset. Wow. This is awesome. The wind is terrible. But it's awesome. Alright, here we are up at Grantsville Reservoir. I'm using the crankbait. Doing some trolling, some casting and retrieving, using a kokanee rod. Hopefully I can get something while trolling. And I also got my fly rod, so that's good. Did I forget to put my other baits properly in here? Did I lose them all now already? I think I did. Dang it. Let's see. I think I didn't put my baits in here before I got in, and I think they may have fallen out. Whew. Yeah, that's probably what happened. It's okay. It's only a couple dollars worth of baits. We'll go back and try to find them. I'm going to go a little further away from where people are fishing, and then I'm going to pull out the fly rod and do some fly fishing towards the shore and strip in towards me, away from shore. It's always a good way to go. I'm going up towards here because not a lot of people come over here to fish. They might walk around along the rocks up there and come down here to fish, but not very often. So I like coming over here. The water's a little deeper, and you get some really big trout in this area. I've caught a lot of good, nice trout in this area over here. All right, we've trolled over to where I want to be. Now let's look. The pull of the crankbait's enough to turn me on the kayak. It's good, strong crankbait. I had a kokanee rod before this, and it broke somehow. I don't know how it broke. I had it in Washington, and I woke up in the morning to go fishing, and it was broken. I don't know how it broke. But now that we're kind of closer to shore, away from where people are, I don't like being in a kayak and fishing where there's people, because it's like I have this entire reservoir to myself almost out on the water. I don't need to be where people are fishing from shore, where they're limited, you know. People are rude, and they'll be on boats or other, you know, pontoons or floats or kayaks, and then they'll be like 10 feet from shore, and it's like, dude, come on. You've got the whole reservoir to yourself. So I practice what I preach, and if I want to fish close to shore for whatever reason, like fly fishing closer to shore where I know there's going to be some smallmouth bass, I like to go far away from where people are so they can have their place to fish and I can have mine. Okay, let's strip some of this out. And I have a Joe's fly on here again. It's rather heavy for the line, so I don't know how well it's going to do, but we're going to try to get it as far out there as possible. And if push comes to shove, I'll just put a different fly on. These are really cool flies, by the way. You can jig them as they fall. They turn, twist, and then you can just jig them. And on a fly rod, that makes it really easy because you can get way out there, because fly rods tend to be kind of long, you know. And then you just cast it back out there and let it fall. You can twitch it like that. You can even troll with fly rods. Yes, people, you heard me right. You can troll with fly rods. Drifting is a very popular way to catch fish in a reservoir on a fly rod. I've seen a lot of people do it. Just kind of drift. They let the line go like this out. Just twitch it like this. And then you just let it go. And since this has a propeller on it, I'm just gonna let it do its propeller stuff and drag it behind me. I guess this would be in front of me. And then you're just trolling the shore on your fly rod. And I'm looking for tiny smallmouth. They're invasive to this water body. So if you catch a bass, a smallmouth bass in here, you're supposed to kill it. Seems to be like right around here is where I catch a lot of fish, is right in this area. I can feel the thump in the propeller on this thing. That was a good cast, actually. That was a better cast. That was an even better cast. I'll let that sink. But it's not. Probably because I just suck at fly fishing. The fly skipped across the surface on that one. And it broke. My fly broke off. Alright. Back to square one. I don't know where I put my snaps. Oh, they're going to be here. That's where my snaps are going to be. Yes, I use snaps. I like them. I like them a lot. You all can bite me if you don't like them. Dang it. I was looking really forward to using those other lures. If you can't tell, I'm really beating myself up over that. That's how much of an idiot I am. Up here though, you gotta be careful of those. And, ooh, that was a bite. I was just stripping it in and I felt them come up and hit it. Maybe where the fish are. Let's move just a tiny bit closer to shore. I know there's a lot of trout and smallmouth over there, for sure. This is where I caught a lot of smallmouth bass, right in this area. A lot of floating stuff in the water. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's like zooplankton or what. It's not appetizing looking though. Looks like somebody took a lot of poo and stirred it around. And then it's a reservoir, so that's probably what it is. Lots of cows, that kind of stuff. There we go. It's like like duckweed seed or something. I don't know. And the clouds are gone. That's lame. The storm was supposed to come this way. I was looking forward to that. I think I need to actually find out where these fish are now. I've seen them jumping around this area, but them jumping around here means absolutely nothing. If they're not going to jump again, let me know where they're going. Oh, that was a fish. I have a fish. What the heck? Okay. I did not know I had a fish on, but apparently I have a fish. I felt it tugging. Stay on. That's like I think that's a smallmouth, because in here anyways, they tend to have a really small bite, because they're not very big in here. But I guess we'll find out. Yeah, it's a little smallmouth. Huh, okay. Let's see if we can get them over here there we go. All right, well, I felt something tug, and so I set the hook, and just a tiny little smallmouth right here. These guys are invasive to the reservoir, and I know you're all gonna hate me for it, but we gotta do what we're told to do. And that is, if he doesn't jump out, we put him on shore. And last time I caught him, I just gave him to a seagull. There are no seagulls, but they come up and snipe him out of the water anyways. So I'm gonna toss him on shore here, and seagull will come around and nab him up. But let me show him to you. Say bye, little guy. Just a tiny little smallmouth. They were illegally introduced in here, and Grantsville does not want them in the reservoir, so, but still, you can take them home and eat them. Well, if we can catch another one, that'd be cool. Like I said, I had no clue I even had them. Just had to feel them, I guess. I just had it dangling by the kayak like this, and I went to go rip it up to cast it off to the side, and there was one that was there that nabbed it. That's cool. I hear thunder. I mostly just wanted you guys to see those cool clouds over there. That's what I was going to do earlier when I caught that first one, was I was just going to turn around and cast it the other direction. He bit it when I went to go yank it up. And it was right here, just right by the kayak. I was just jigging it, just like this. Let's see if we can do it again, huh? I'll let it sink really low. I gotta get non-floating line. That was one right there. Got him. See that? Just jigging with the fly rod. Oh, he came off. That's lame. I was just sitting here jigging with the fly rod, and he came up and snagged. I saw him. I hope I got that on camera. I don't think so, but I wasn't able to really set it all that well. Oh, that was another one. Damn. Oh, that one took my fly. Shoot. He took the fly. Okay, well. Alright, you guys. we were back to recording. This GoPro gets hot, so I guess I'm gonna have to put some tin foil or something around it, aluminum foil or something to keep the heat off of it, but it gets hot and it turns off, and then I don't know what I said and what I've done. So there's an annoying rock in there making a nasty ringing sound. It's obnoxious. There's another one in there. I didn't get them all out. So we're back to trolling. So I'm gonna troll across the reservoir and then turn around and troll back. And we'll see if we can get a fish that way on the kokanee rod. Yeah, just flapping away there. This is probably one of the deeper parts of the reservoir right here. They're jumping. I hear them jumping. Big trout. Big, nice trout. Oh, look at that. I caught another little bass. Wow, he attacked that. Oh my gosh. Well, I'm not going to get much of anything trout related if there's going to be a bass on my lure. Look at that. He chomped at it because it's in his lip. Wow. I'm telling you guys, these little dudes are ferocious. They will go for just about anything. Look at that. He's gonna go in the net, and he'll stay there until I can give him to a seagull. That's why they want him out of this reservoir, because they want this to be a good trout fishing hole. They have rainbow in here, tiger, brown trout, and these smallmouth bass, man, they take over. And they want them gone, so I'm doing my part, I suppose. Let's send this out and let's troll again, because I'm not going to catch a trout with that bass on there. We're going to go over here, put them on shore. I thought I had a bite because the rod kind of did a weird thing and bounced. And I was like, well, that's not a hit because it's bounced, and I don't know, it didn't feel like a hit, but it would have been. It didn't feel like a hit. It kind of looked like that's definitely a hit. Oh yeah, that is a trout, most definitely. If he stays on, that will be a good one. Let's see if it. Stay on there. Stay on. Oh, he's fighting. He's fighting. Oh yeah, it's a little rainbow. Oh, he's taking under the boat, under the kayak. See, that is why I like these kokanee rods. You see that bend he put in that thing? Jeez. Come here, I gotta get this bass out. Put him in there. He dragged it. Oh, that is a good sized trout. Oh. Come here. Come on. I gotta get a much longer. Stay, don't. There we go. Yes. All right. Got them all on that camera. I hope I did. He nabbed at it. That's a good sized trout. That is a good eating size out of here. Ow. Okay, dude. You made me stab myself. Yeah. I got you. Don't worry, I got you. Look at that. That is a good 13 inches, give or take. Good slab of a trout. Right there. You see him? Beautiful fish. Wild. This one has its fins. So it's been in this reservoir for a bit. Oh, come on. We're going to let you go. We're going to let this one go. It's a nice, beautiful wild trout. Ooh. If he decides to get back up and swim off. Everything about him's good. He hasn't really hurt himself. If you can see him right there. Sometimes I just take a minute. See if we can get him there. There he goes. All right. Good stuff. Good catch. Good release. And that fight on these kokanee rods, they're just phenomenal. It's such a good fight. All right. We're going to put that back on. Let's tighten up this drag a bit. And we're going to head back to shore again. Just like we were. And hopefully we get another bite. I was like, oh, it looked like it hit to me because that rod was bent. And that's why I say I love these kokanee rods. You can definitely see when the hit comes in. It bends. It almost hits you in the arm when a fish smacks it. Good sized trout that was. That makes me happy. Very beautiful, very strong, nice wild fish. We'll put him back, call it good. It's been a successful trip. 2 bass, almost 3 bass, and a trout. I love it. Okay, battery's been changed. Let's recast this. Let's get it out of the water. And I'm gonna try to set this. So the thing with bait casters is if you move your thumb back and forth like this over the spool, and if there's a little bit of wiggle room, adjust the tension here so there's more tension. And then what you're looking for is to watch your bait. I'm gonna make sure I have it in camera. I don't know if I do or not, but when you release the spool, you hit the button, it should fall at a relatively steady pace, like right there. And then your spool shouldn't wiggle a whole lot. Now this is a finesse bait caster. I know that sounds weird, but it's for smaller lures and baits that are not as heavy. So it can chuck small baits pretty far. And you don't have to worry about birds nesting. And this is not by any means a small bait, a small lure. It's a good sized crankbait. It's like what you would use for bass. So it's not small by any means. It's not light. It's actually kind of hard to cast with this kokanee rod, but it works really well. I've casted very small spinners on this thing. With this reel, and I've chucked them clear across lakes, dang near. So I'm going to cast it one more time. I want to get it really far out there, so I'm going to cast it out one more time, and then we're going to move right over to where I see all those fish jumping. So we're going to troll over there. I'm glad we got one on the fly rod, finally. Might have been a small bass, but smallmouth, but it's good. My lure broke off right behind me. It's right here in the water. I think it hit the water and it broke the knot. Goodness gracious, I can't win, can I? Right here. There in the water. Broke off. I think it hit the water behind me, and when I went to go cast it, it broke off. Dude, if any of you watch realistic fishing, I tell you what, fishing's a chore sometimes. That guy's a genius. realistic fishing. He's fun. Very smart dude. Knows his stuff. Fun to watch. He's entertaining as all get out. I love his Guggen Squad impression. The guys with Guggen, they're great too. I watch them. I just think it's funny. It's always okay to poke fun at one another every once in a while. I mean, I make probably the worst YouTube videos ever when it comes to fishing, but here I am doing it anyways, so meh. I gotta get this further down there. That's one of the hard things with kayaks and fishing poles, is once you start having to adjust them for any reason, it can be a pain. And then these kokanee rods, they have very small eyelets. Come here. There we go. Alright, let's try this again. Alright, there's my bait. And good cast. Alright, now just set that and turn this kayak around with my line here. So I'm gonna bring this one in. I like how this one just pulls me around. Sometimes if you just reel it in fast, I've caught fish doing that, coming in from the boat, and we were going to shore, and I didn't want to get drag bottom and snag. I was just reeling it in really fast, and that was a nice trigger for him to come out and bite it, and it was with a crankbait very similar to this one. This was what I was using, by the way, when I caught that. It's a shad, it looks like. Blue and yellow and white. Very nice colors. Let's get a little closer to shore now. And we'll do the same thing with the fly rod, but closer to shore. Don't stay in one place for too long. You might not catch anything. You gotta keep her moving. Keep her moving. And a big one that just jumped way out there. As soon as I turned around to cast that, I saw it come out of the water. Wow. Right. Apparently that's where I need to be. Since they're hitting surface, I'm going to try to take this off this clip. I'm going to put on one of those Pete's or Joe flies or whatever they're called. Can't remember now. Oh my gosh. They're all around me right here. They're just busting. They're just busting. Come up and get this fly. Come on, you know you wanna. I need a better lure on. That's why I brought that other box, and god dang it, I'm kicking myself in the foot. Or in the shooting myself in the foot. Oh my jeez. No, not right now. Come on. Not right now. I just had you out. Why did you go back? Okay. Take that off. Let's put this back on and we'll troll with it. And then hopefully I can find my other gear. It's probably up there on shore or something. There we go. All right. Let's just troll back to shore for a minute towards that direction. And see if we can get a bite. You know what I never understood? People always say, see if we can't get a bite. And that's kind of dumb because You want to see if you cannot get a bite? I want to see if I can get a bite. So I'm going to see if I can get a bite. But people always say I can't, and I don't understand that. Somebody fill me in on why people say that. It's like similar to somebody saying irregardless, like irregardless isn't a word. So it's not irregardless, it's just regardless. And then someone saying if we can't do something, it's like, well, if you can't do something, I guess, I don't know. Maybe I'm just dumb. Oh, that's a fish. That is a fish. Let's see if it stayed on. Maybe it did, maybe it didn't. It's really hard to tell with these kokanee rods. I think it did though. Yeah, it stayed on. We'll let him fight a little bit. Get kind of tired. It's another one of those wild ones. Yeah, that drag is way loose. So, let's see if we can. Wiggle. Alright. Ooh, caught him in the eye. Caught him in the eye. Still, I'm gonna let you go. This is another wild to this reservoir anyways. Oh, got his eyeball. Yeah, I might be keeping this one. So got him right in the eyeball. He's not gonna do too well. He'll probably live still, but I got him right in the eyeball, so I'll probably keep this one or see if somebody wants them. I don't feel like cleaning any. And then we'll let's see if these guys up here want a fish. Let's see if these guys want to fish. Okay, they didn't want to fish, so I'm gonna try really hard to let this guy go. He's moving. He's tired. He's just not doing that eyeball. Just like he wants to swim away. He kind of gets there and then he's definitely trying. Little guy, this way. Go back down that way. Alright. I don't see him. I think he got off. Alright, I think he went away. I don't see him on the surface anywhere. He swam down pretty deep. I think we're good. Alright, the winds are starting to pick up. So I'm going to do just a little more trolling. That storm's definitely coming in. And we'll try to go up that way, back down, and then we'll call it good. Because that storm's blowing in. I'll keep an eye for floating fish with one eyeball. I think I got him in the eye. I think let me rephrase this. I think I missed his eyeball, but it was dang close to it. So I'm hoping that I didn't quite get his eyeball. It was like right on the edge of it. Those fine gentlemen didn't want fish. Which I don't understand that. Because they're fishing with worms and power bait, and that's almost certainly going to you're gonna end up catching a fish with that and hooking them in the gill, especially trout. Hopefully you can hear, because it's getting loud. That wind is really blowing. But we're just gonna go back to trolling here. But you can really see that, like in my peripherals with this kokanee rod, when a fish hits it, it really bends. Even a small little hit, unless it's a small mouth, obviously, but it really bends, and so I don't have to keep an eye on it completely. I can turn my head and look out towards the west a little bit, and in my peripherals I can see the rod get hit because it has such a large movement. And so I don't have to keep an eye on it all the time. I can go about looking about where I'm navigating. It's getting hard to paddle. Yeah, that's a fish. Whoa, that one took a lot of bend. Stay with me until I get this one in. That one took a lot of bend. I hope it's big. Oh, it felt like it came off. Did it come off? Or is it swimming towards me? It's hard to tell. No, he came off. No, that was a big one. All right, I'll raise you again. Let's have at it again here. Kayak around. Ah, that was a good hit. Took a lot of pull with that one. That one made almost an entire U, came almost around and hit me in the back. That was a good hit. Let's see if we can get another one. Alright, well, the battery will die here. It's at 1%, so I will see you guys later. I'm going to troll a little bit more and see if I can get one more fish.